after an 8-month break. Hoping all of you are well, and to say motherhood kicked my ass is a total understatement. All the beautiful day in the life videos and birth videos on YouTube did not prepare me at all for what my own birth would be. I feel like I just put such a huge expectation for myself to be able to have a quote-unquote natural birth and to just bounce back and be able to be like this super mom right from the get-go. So yeah, but anyway, I had my little baby Gabrielle. She was 9.5 pounds, delivered via C-section. We did have a few hiccups along the way, a few complications, but everything is good. She was healthy. It took a longer time for me with the recovery period because I had the C-section and I had some hemorrhaging. So the first few weeks was like I was hit by a bus. I could barely get up. And it was just very difficult to care for a newborn with all that kind of happening. But the good thing about it is we were probably in one of the best hospitals in Toronto. I delivered at Mount Sinai, and we got the very best care. All the doctors and nurses were very hands-on during my stay there, and they made sure that I was comfortable and everything was like going as well as it should. But yeah, the last 8 months has been really an eye-opening experience. I know that, everyone talks about how motherhood is very difficult and it's like you'll never be prepared for it no matter what. But I kind of didn't want to believe it was going to be hard. I kind of felt like it was all a mindset, and if we put positive thoughts into the world, then you would have an easy baby that would sleep through the night and that would be really chill because they just feed off your energy and all that. And I was probably honestly living in La La Land. I thought maternity leave would be like this time that I could like bond with my baby, be outside every day, be at the mall shopping, but just with a baby, going out to lunch with friends. So yeah, I mean, I don't know like what I was thinking of, maybe because like all this beautiful videos and pictures on the internet about like all this moms just like doing it all just made me think that that's what happens. I know it's unrealistic, and at the end of the day, like, you kind of do know that no one's perfect. No mom is perfect, no matter like how clean her house is or how perfect her kids look like all the time. I feel like everyone has different like hardships, especially like with motherhood. You kind of have all this like things that you never had to deal with before you had kids. And part of that for me is kind of like dealing with sleep deprivation and having a hard time with breastfeeding. I feel like breastfeeding is just like, I don't know, out there kind of as this thing that is the perfect way that you can nourish your child, and everyone should be doing it. And I agree that it is like the most healthy way that you could probably provide nutrients to your kid, but at the same time, there's that pressure that if you're having a hard time with breastfeeding, that maybe you didn't try hard enough, or you weren't doing it right, and maybe you should have seeked more help while you were trying to figure things out. And did I throw in the towel too early? I was kind of like on and off breastfeeding. I was always supplementing. I never produced enough milk for her. And at the first 3 months, she was a very colicky baby. She would not want to be put down. She was sleeping in my carrier. It was honestly like really nice that we were cuddling, and she was always wanting to be near me, but at the same time, like, I could not have time for anything else. She was not very good at latching, and I tried pumping, but it was very difficult to kind of like put her down and try to pump. As soon as I tried to put her down, the crying would start, and it was just a bit overwhelming at the beginning. So we did start formula feeding after 3 months. But after 4 months, things honestly got so much better. I think everyone talks about like their stomachs just being a lot more better at processing things, and the change was really like night and day. From this like baby that was very fussy and clingy, she was such a happy baby. We started sleep training at 4 months, and it just clicked for her. Now she sleeps really good at night. We still do dream feed because she still wakes up at least once a night, which is totally fine. After, 3 or 4 months of barely sleeping 3-hour stretches, it was a welcome change. She was very interested in food at a very young age. At like 4 months, not even 4 months, I think by around like 3.5, almost 4 months, she would look every time I was eating something, and she would actually start grabbing things that I was holding. Like if I was drinking something, she would be very interested in it. She would look at me and smack her lips if I was like having a snack or something. So she's doing really well on the solids part. She loves eating. She probably gets that from me. She pretty much will try anything. Even if at the beginning she doesn't like what it tastes like, she will still try, which I think is really good. We do purees, but also just like some baby-led weaning. We kind of do 50-50 just because I feel like it's a lot easier to do purees some days. A lot less messy too for me. And I'm not as worried about like her choking on like harder vegetables and stuff like that. But yeah, everything has been smooth sailing from then on. It was a rocky start, but I am starting to get a handle on this motherhood business. And I just want to say to anyone that is in it deep right now, it is going to get better, like everyone says, and I'm proof of that. It was a really hard first few months, but now everything is just a lot easier. I enjoy spending time with her, and she's such a lovely baby, and she's growing so quickly that at the same time, it's really weird how your hormones are like all over the place at the beginning, and you're like, oh my god, I'm never gonna have another baby, because if this is what it's like to have a baby, then I don't think I can do it all over again. But you kind of get away from that whole fog, and then suddenly, once she grows bigger, and she's only 8 months, but I can already kind of visualize giving her a sibling somewhere down the road. I know, I'm crazy. But you kind of just miss that little itty bitty baby period, and even though I was dying to put her down, I kind of miss all those times that she just wanted to snuggle me. Now she will just sleep independently on her own, in her own room, and she actually doesn't fall asleep with me carrying her anymore. So yeah, but anyway, after all this, I hope I could share more of my journey with you, and stay tuned for more videos, and have a nice day, everyone. Hope to see you again.